All right, chat. So another interesting topic for you guys today. Today, we're going to be talking about your fighting game hours do not matter. It don't matter how many hours you put into a fighting game. You could have 20,000 hours, 10,000 hours. It does not matter how many hours you put inside of a fighting game. Now, why exactly are we saying this? Essentially, of course, you know, your hours do matter in a sense, but how much they matter depends dependently on you, exclusively on how you play the game. And this is basically going to be a conversation about improvement today. So if you're just playing fighting games for fun, then maybe this video isn't for you. But if you're playing fighting games and you're trying to improve, then definitely try to get something from this method. So essentially what I mean when I say your hours don't matter, yes, they do matter in a sense, but we're really talking about something very niche what you hear people say here, something very cliche that you hear. And that is, you know, it isn't about practice. You know, it isn't practice that make perfect. It's perfect practice that make perfect, right? So if you are trying to improve in fighting games, it's not about you playing the games for like countless hours. It's not about that. You know, you can sit on Guilty Gear Strive all day playing matches, grinding it out, right? But unless you have a focus, a clear cut path as far as what you're trying to improve on the daily, every day should be something that you're working towards, trying to improve on. If you don't have that in mind, then you won't get the progress that you want. So as you can see, chat, we are on Guilty Gear Strive for a reason. That's because I want to go over the type of things that you should be trying to do when it comes to your fighting game hours. Now, we went over this a little bit before, and I called it a video called the 111 rule. And essentially what I mean when you should have a concrete plan of action when it comes to your improvement in fighting games, and why, you know, a lot of hours don't matter unless it's actually focused. So if you don't have a lot, especially this is very good if you don't have a lot of time to invest inside of fighting games. You know, I know some of you guys, you got full-time jobs, you're in school, you got family to take care of and all that. So if you only got a few hours a day to dedicate in fighting games, this is a way to get a nice, short, concrete session so you can improve on the daily while just having a short session. So the 111 rule, what does that mean? So essentially what I call it is 1 hour training room, 1 hour of playing online, and 1 hour of reviewing matches. So reviewing matches and taking notes, and the notes you take are supposed to be what you're supposed to implement inside your next session, where you start off with the 1 hour of training room. So, you know, the 1 hour training room, you're pretty much, you know, you're warming up, you're practicing your combos, you're practicing the things inside your notes. Then you play matches, and with those matches, you're supposed to apply the things that you were working on from your notes, from reviewing the last matches, and then from there, you find other things in the matches again, and then you put those in your notes to practice next time. So if I'm working on, say, the soul matchup here, right? So it's like, okay, maybe I'm not very good at round start versus soul. So if I want to practice round start, what do? You go to position reset, and in position reset, you can go to round call, you can enable it, and then from here, you can go to the counter attack settings, and from here, you can put in some settings, and you want to put it after position reset right here, and we can select some options for soul. So maybe you're having a hard time dealing with, I don't know, what are they doing round start these days? R slash and soul round start, right? If you don't know how to deal with this, maybe you're really bad at round start. Now you know the button, right? Okay, I found the button right away. Maybe you're pressing your far slash and is getting beat out. Well, now we know that 5K beats that, right? Well, okay, now we know the answer. Now you have to, you know, just check all the different other answers and stuff like that. So just giving you an example. So now that you know, you did your homework, you did your research, you know the round start situation versus soul. You go online, you try to find some soul players, you fight the soul players, you're doing better at round start, but oh, there's a new problem. Okay, now I'm good at round start, but this problem comes up. Okay, so after your matches for today, review the matches to make sure there wasn't anything else that you missed, and then of course, take notes on those. So for the next day, you have those notes there. You know, if you don't need notes, if you got the mental, then obviously you can do that. But if you need the notes, then use the notes and then come back the next day so you could train against that. So applying the things that you are doing, and it isn't always just, something as simple as that. Sometimes it's combo stuff, right? And I also made a video talking about focusing on certain things when you're trying to apply it and how to do it as far as a gamification, as far as not trying to take it as far as just winning, but also just trying to take it as a chance to actually, gamify your sort of learning process to make it a little bit more fun. Because, if you're trying to do a combo and you're fighting against a player, it's frustrating to lose because you're trying something new, right? If I'm trying to learn this new Milia route, like I'm doing this, I'm trying to learn this combo right here, the new optimal combo. If I'm trying to learn that, I'm not good at it yet, I have to put myself in a situation and do it. But if I'm just doing this and I just drop it or something, or I do something like this and then the hair card comes out and I whiff it and then he gets a punish, you have to be okay with those situations and just know that you're going to lose trying to apply to things, but at least you're trying, because if you don't try to apply it, you'll just fall back into what you are normally used to doing. It happens all the time. I see it with players. I've done it myself. We're all guilty of it. When you're trying to apply something and you get frustrated, you go back to what you're comfortable to, and therefore you don't learn the new things that you're trying to implement inside of your gameplay. Now, do a lot of hours in a fighting game actually matter? There could be a debate for this, as when a brand new fighting game comes out, cracking out on something like that and understanding and learning a lot of the intricacies as far as the new systems and, you know, the matchups and stuff, having a lot of hours can definitely help in that process. Now, there also is the thing of sort of, you know, there's mental stack fatigue as far as like you playing over time. After a certain amount of hours, eventually people's ability to critically think about the matches and everything that's happening dwindle over time, right? So if you're playing 5 to 6 hours at a time and stuff like that, you know, once you hit a certain time limit, then all of a sudden you're not making the same choices or the smartest choices that you would normally make every match, because you are slowly becoming mentally fatigued. It happens. This is, you know, a sport itself. This is esports, baby. I mean, what else do you call it? I mean, this is a mental sport. That's what fighting games are. And so, you know, your mentality do drain over time when you're actively thinking about what your opponent is doing all the time. Another downside of if you play a lot and you don't actually try to have a core concrete plan, you will tend to fall under what people will probably call like autopilot, right? You will notice certain situations, or you'll just do the same things, and then this is where you won't see the improvement. You'll know situations of like characters maybe, so you'll get used to stuff like that. You'll see character situations and you'll understand it a little bit, but you won't really understand like exactly why certain things come up or exactly how to deal with certain things until you do this. Yes, you know, some of the hours that we're talking about here can be training room hours and stuff like that, but until you start trying to apply the things that you're trying to do in these nice concrete sessions, and that's where things are going to happen. Now, can you take what I'm talking about and put it in a longer session? Of course you can. You can, you know, if you got 6 hours a day, 2 2 2. You got 9 3 3 3. I don't really recommend you do 9. I mean, that's ridiculous, but you get the idea. You can make this into a extended session. But the main idea of what I want you guys to understand here is every session of fighting games, if you are trying to play for improvement, like I said, if you're not playing for improvement, by all means, you can do whatever you want. But if you're playing for the sense of improvement, you should always go in with a sense of what you want to accomplish for that day. Every day should have a goal as far as what you're trying to improve on and what you're trying to imply inside your game plan now. You know, fighting games is always a test of improvement. There's players out there that you think the strongest players in the world, and they will tell you they still got a long way to go until they are where they want to be, right? Even the best players in the world still tell you stuff like that. So there's always something for you to learn. When you always feel, if you ever feel like, you know, there's nothing for you to learn, trust and believe there is always something for you to improve on. It could be a matchup, it could be optimization for your combos, it could be your defense, it could be, you know, anything. It's a lot of things in fighting games, a lot of intricacies inside of the battles in fighting games, even the battles that you win. When you're looking at reviews of your matches, don't always just look at your or your matches. Don't always look at your losses. Look at the ones you win too, because there's things you can improve on even in your wins and stuff like that. Or, you know, it could be a reaffirmation of, okay, this was a good strategy, this actually does work. Or there was something, you know, it could be something that happened in the match that you won that you weren't really familiar with, even though you won it. Check out those matches too. You could probably find some interesting things, so don't write those matches off. Anyway, I hope this quick spiel about fighting game time management and what you should focus on within your time was helpful for somebody. As always, you like anything I had to say, drop me a like. I really appreciate it. And if you want more from me, follow me on my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Dyken, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.